Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are up across the board. We do have another Canadian bank earning out this morning, which has more of a positive spin to it. And commodities are flat while Bitcoin is trading higher on Wednesday morning. Now, we don't have any major economic numbers coming out this morning. We do have a bunch of economic numbers coming out, none of them major. And then we do have energy inventories coming out later in the morning. The VIX is still on a sell signal. That's supportive for higher stock prices. That would change for us on Wednesday if the VIX were to close above 1573. And you can see that the VIX for the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, and for the TSX all concur that options traders think the market will continue to move higher from here. Looking at the major index ETF, starting off with the Dow Diamonds, they had a small pullback yesterday. That bearish reversal signal from last week is still in play. That hasn't been taken out just yet. And you can see the pros and the public are starting to get closer together here. So we may be looking at a little pullback at some point in the not so distant future. That wasn't apparent on the S&P 500 yesterday. It was on the equal-weighted S&P 500, which pulled back to the upper channel line. New high for the NASDAQ 100, inside day for the equal-weighted NASDAQ 100, and an inside day for the next generation NASDAQ 100. And we had a small pullback for the Russell 2000. So a little weakness in the overall market with the equal-weighted S&P 500 and Russell 2000 pulling back, but certainly no sign of a change in trend coming up anytime soon. And semiconductors continue to move higher on Tuesday, but not all semiconductors. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Now, the iShares for the TSX 60 ended the day up a penny. We are trying to get to 39.06, got as high as 38.91 yesterday. So we should be able to hit 39.06 on Wednesday. Then looking at the bank stocks, they pulled back yesterday with the Bank of Nova Scotia gapping lower yesterday. So that was the first Canadian bank stock out with earnings. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Now, looking at commodity ETFs, silver is back on a buy signal as of Tuesday's close. Now, the silver miners generated a buy signal the other day, and that was kind of unusual as the rest of the market wasn't doing that, and certainly the price of silver wasn't going up at that time. And then here we are accelerating to the upside. The junior silver miners are sitting right on the edge of a new daily buy signal. And then we had copper move up yesterday. We had copper miners move up. Again, just waiting for more buying here because we are sitting right on the edge of a new daily buy signal for the copper miners. A fairly quiet day yesterday for the price of gold and for the GLD, both having a positive day. And then we've got the GDX coming up, sitting right on the edge of a new daily buy signal, while junior gold miners and the XGD both ended the day back on a buy signal. So a little bit of whipsawing there in the gold sector, but we'd like that to be a higher low from Monday's trading action. That would certainly be good. And now we're looking to see if we can take out the high from 2 weeks ago, and we filled the that gap has been filled, so it's no longer in play. And now we're looking to see if we can make a higher high. Looking at the price of crude oil, it is back on a buy signal as of Tuesday's close. Still waiting for gasoline and natural gas going in the opposite direction. That all equaled an inside day for Canadian energy stocks and an inside day for U.S. energy stocks. Next up, let's take a look at the TSX most actives. And this list is the price of volume leaders. So this is where all the money went on Tuesday. The Canadian Natural Resources is back on a buy signal. I would be more impressed if it took out the high from the previous week. There's the Bank of Nova Scotia rolling over, and you had time to take some money off the table. That's still a winning trade if you get out at the open on Wednesday morning. Then no change in trend for Suncor on Tuesday. The Royal Bank trading water right now, but that could change this morning. It's out with earnings, and in New York, it's trading up over 3%. So 181.25 certainly a target for Wednesday, and then 187.50 if we keep moving higher from there. Canadian National Railway, nothing going on here. I see a series of lower highs and lower lows. That pattern has not changed. And if we look at the flypaper channel, you can see back earlier in the year when the market gave up on this particular stock and every rally has been met with selling. People continuing to take money off the table here. And this time around, we got up towards the 100-day moving average before pulling back. So, unfortunately, no love for this stock in 2024, and 156.25 is currently acting as resistance. On the other hand, there's still lots of love for Shopify in 2024. That did not change yesterday, with Shopify putting in an inside day. There's a new high for Enbridge on Tuesday. Nothing going on for TD Bank at the moment. And then Great-West Life, like Bank of Nova Scotia, rolled over yesterday. It is back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. At the same time, the National Bank made a new high on Tuesday. Moving over to New York, we've got NVIDIA still on a sell signal. That would change on Wednesday with a close above $142.73. No change for Tesla on Tuesday. Apple making a new high for this move, zeroing in on the 243.75 level and then 250. Looking at Meta made a new high for this move, third day of a buy signal heading towards 625. Then we've got MicroStrategy in the channel still, no change in trend on Tuesday, looking for a close below $367.13. Then we've got Supermicro moving up, trying to fill that open gap. I think it was a little less than $1 away from filling it on Tuesday before pulling back. Then we had a very quiet day for Microsoft, trying to get to 437.50. Right now, we're dealing with the gap that was created in late October. Then we've got a new high for Palantir, and then we had Amazon move up on the day, no change in trend there. For Alphabet, still looking for a close above $172.01 on Tuesday. And no enthusiasm for AMD. AMD closed slightly lower on Tuesday after generating a buy signal on Monday. And no love for Intel. Intel breaking down below last week's low on Tuesday. Last up, quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin still on a buy signal. The Bitcoin ETF still on a buy signal. Bitcoin is trading slightly higher in the pre-market on Wednesday morning. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. Not a lot of trend changes to deal with from Tuesday's trading action, and the Royal Bank should help the TSX make a new high on Wednesday. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.